Hello, class. Today we're going to read a book called Feel the Wind. As we read, I want you to think like a scientist and listen closely to what the wind can do. After the story, we will get to do a science activity where we will explore how strong winds affect our communities. So please keep your science brains on. Feel the Wind, written and illustrated by Arthur Dorros. Have you felt the wind blowing through your hair? Wind is moving air. Air is what we breathe. It is everywhere around us, even though we can't see it. We can see air and we can really see the wind, but we can see the wind move things. Wind pushes clouds across the sky. Wind flutters the leaves of trees and makes ripples on lakes. You can hear the wind too. When wind blows through the cracks in your house, it can sound like someone whistling. If the wind blows very hard, it can sound like a wild animal howling. You can see the wind move things. You can hear the wind and you can feel the wind too. Stand by an open window and let the breeze tickle your face. A strong gust or a light breeze, wind is moving air. But what makes air move? That's a good question. Let's think about it. You can make air with a fan or by flapping a piece of cloth or paper, but fans don't make the wind. What makes the wind that blows across fields and forests and mountains? What makes the wind that whips around tall buildings in the city? All of the Earth is surrounded by air. Earth and the air around it are heated by the sun, but some parts of the Earth heat up more than other parts. In the tropical parts of the Earth, near the equator, the sun's rays strike the Earth directly. The air gets very hot. Near the Earth's ice poles, the sun's rays strike at a slant, so the air stays cooler. When hot air and cold air changes places, wind is made. Class, can you say wind with me? Wind. Yes. Okay, now can you say air? Air. Yes. Good job, class. Thank you. Hot air is lighter than cold air, so hot air rises. People discovered this a long time ago and used hot air to make balloons float. The heated air in the balloons was lighter than the cooler air outside. The hot, light air made the balloons float upward. When heated air over the air rises, cooler, heavier air rushes in to take its place. The moving air is wind. The sun's rays strike the equator directly. That is why it is hotter there. But some things get hotter than others because of what they are made of. You can discover this for yourself. Feel the sidewalk on a hot day. It is probably warmer than the grass beside it. The air above it is warmer too. You might see shimmering heat waves as the hot air rises above the sidewalk. This reminds me of how the playground feels in the summer. Have you ever touched the slide and it is super hot? Yeah, I can tell that some of you have. Make a sad face if you have. Like the sidewalk and grass, land and water heat up differently too. On sunny summer days, the land gets warmer than the water. The air over the land also gets warmer. The warm air rises and cool winds blow in from the sea. Some winds blow gently and others blow fast. You can see how fast the winds are blowing by watching things around you move. A gentle wind makes the leaves dance. A strong wind might flat cloths on a line. And a very heavy wind can make even heavy trees bend and sway. Storms, like hurricanes, bring the strongest winds of all. Storm winds may blow very fast, more than 100 miles an hour. That's about twice as fast as cars go on the highway. These winds are strong enough to knock trees down. Okay, so now let's say the word hurricane. Hurricane. Yes. Okay, so now let's think about it. What does hurricane mean? Talk to your shoulder partner and share your ideas, please. Okay, I'm hearing great ideas. Okay, let's come back and continue with the reading. You can see how strong the wind is by doing an experiment. That sounds fun. With the bicycle, stand so that the wind is blowing in your face. Now, ride into the wind. Feel how hard it is to pedal. Then turn your bicycle around and ride with the wind pushing you along. Isn't it easier to pedal now? This is an experiment that you could do at your house if you want to. The wind can carry your kite toward the clouds or leave a glider. Some birds can soar on the wind without moving their wings. Sailboats are pushed along by the wind blowing against their sails. People have used the power of moving air for thousands of years. Windmills are wind power machines. The blades of a windmill turn when the wind pushes against them. The turning blades move other parts to lift water, ground grain, saw wood, or even make electricity. Now I have a question for you. Have any of you have seen the big windmills when you pass through Palm Springs? If you have seen them, do a whistling sound like when the wind blows through cracks in your house. Okay, I can hear them that some of you have seen those windmills. Well, those are used to make electricity. Can you say electricity with me? Electricity, yes. Thank you guys. Okay, let's keep going. Wind brings changes in the weather. Rainstorms blow in with the wind and out again as the wind pushes the clouds along. Weather forecasters want to know where the wind is coming from so they can see what weather will be blown in with it. We name winds according to the direction they come from. A west wind blows from the west. There are east winds, north winds, and south winds. In some parts of the world, people have given special names to the wind that blows there. A Chinook is the wind that blows from the Rocky Mountains of the United States. A Chinook is so warm that in winter it can melt down snow in just a few hours. A Sirocco is a hot, dry wind that blows from northern Africa. Wind is moving air. All around us, the wind is at work. It carries the seeds of plants to new places where they can take root and grow. But powerful winds can also carry away the soil plants need. Wind can even change the strongest rocks. Beads of sand that the wind carries bounce on the rocks and wears them away. The wearing away is called erosion. Can you say erosion? Erosion, yes. Some wind eroded rocks have strange shapes. Trees are shaped by the wind, and so are sand dunes. Okay, so now please turn to your shoulder partner and share what did you learn about erosion. Okay, thank you guys. Now let's come back and continue with the reading. The wind blows gently, the wind blows strong. See it, hear it, feel the wind. You can figure out which way the wind is blowing by watching a leaf, a piece of cloth or string, or a weather vane. The weather vane's arrow would point in the direction that the wind is coming from. Wow, we just learned so many ways that we can move and change things from flying kites to blowing trees to even wearing away rocks. What? That's crazy. Let's think big for a moment. If if the wind can flap clothes and bend trees, what do you think might happen if the wind was even stronger? Like really, really strong. We're going to explore this more like scientists in our next lesson.